and I'm just sitting here in my beautiful spring garden here. You can see some of the pink rhododendrons up here and my beautiful garden here at Harmony of the Trees. There's some of the trees back over there. We've got the tree of community, all sorts of different trees up here. So anyway, I just wanted to check in with you because I did a live channeling and meditation the other evening with my friend David Heiss, and we did some sound healing and stuff with him. And it was interesting what came through with the Shashastra Collective. So the Shashastra Collective was talking about soup, oddly enough. And they wanted to talk to us about how to create and manifest the life that we want to create and manifest. So, and they used the analogy of soup. So, for example, what they were saying is that when you're making soup, you wouldn't say, oh, I can't make this soup because my dad didn't love me, or my ex is being a jerk to me today, and this soup is going to taste horrible because, you know, I'm not good enough from what he told me, or that they were saying something to the effect of like, you know, because you had a bad day, or because you don't have enough money, or you're too old, you wouldn't say, I'm not going to make this soup because I'm too old, or because of something my ex or my parents did or didn't do for me. So, you know, and what they're explaining is like the soup is your energy, and you are that soup. Your body, your whole makeup, your energy, your personality is like this energetic soup of who you are, and this like spinning vortex of energy. And the way that they were describing it is like when you're thinking about creating something in your life, that you just imagine you're creating this like energetic soup. Because when you do that, then you think about like, oh, what's the most delicious meal I can make for the ultimate tasting experience, right? And it's the same when you're creating your life, where you're like, oh, I'm going to take this little ingredient and put this here, and I'm going to think about this ingredient and put it here, and just make it delicious and make it really yummy and a great experience. And so when you're thinking about creating your life, it's the same thing. You're kind of like tuning into and collecting these little pieces and pulling in these parts of like energy and experiences and people and you know, sights and smells and flavors and all that stuff into your life. And so it's really about like seeing the way that you're creating your life, like you're making the most delicious soup, and knowing that that delicious soup is like your energetic field. It's your internal emotions, it's your internal experiences, it's the things that you bring into your life and that you focus on and that you put together for yourself. You want it to be amazing, you want it to be a wonderful experience. And so it's really just about forward thinking, looking to the future, not allowing the past to affect how delicious your soup is going to be. Because when you can just focus on the ingredients that you're adding to it and not focus on maybe past attempts at failed soups or something that someone did or something that someone said, you're just constantly focusing on making the most amazing experience for yourself, and just keep stirring that energetic pot of like bliss and energies and smells of like, man, this is going to be so good when this is done, and oh, it smells so good right now, I'm going to take a little taste, right? And oh, that tastes really good, but maybe it needs a little bit more of this, so I'm going to add in this ingredient to that. So it's coming from a place of like being really playful and joyful and excited about the process of, sometimes when you start making a soup, it doesn't always taste right. And it's not exactly 100% to your liking. But when you taste it and you're like, it could use a little bit more of that, then you're like, ooh, I'm going to pull in this energy of this ingredient, this taste over here, and drop it into my soup, right? So that way it kind of removes you from this place of doing and, you know, failure from the past and whatever it was, and just get you into a place of like creativity and enjoyment with what it is that you're creating, And knowing that like things not being exactly perfect right away is kind of part of the process of like making the most amazing soup. And it's funny that they brought this up because we've been having a lot of like local events here with like sound healing and meditation, and my glare's really shining over my head here. I'm trying to get around it. It's just my halo. No. But and I make a lot of soups, and I've become kind of the soup master. And I had one of my friends say that I make soup that is God shaming. So I thought that was a pretty funny comment, but I've spent a lot of time just tasting and trying different ingredients and learning from other people even on how to make a good soup. And it's the same thing with creating your life, that you can look to people who are like master chefs, or whatever it is that you're focusing on, that are really masters of their craft, and be like, oh yes, I like how they do that. I'm going to pull that ingredient into my mix and the way that I'm creating and planning my life for myself. So, it's a learning process, but it's enjoyable to like, if you can look at your life that way, to the point of, like, oh, I'm having this experience, and this is okay, but I'm just going to add this other little piece into it that would just make it like amazing. And I'm just going to like tune into that energy and create that and draw that in, and make the most amazing experience, and make better outcomes for myself and better experiences for myself as well. So, just keep stirring the soup and stirring your own energy vortex of deliciousness and creation, and just enjoying the process, and just keep adding the ingredients of everything that you love, and it will come out amazing. And then you'll be sitting in your own beautiful energetic soup of deliciousness and bliss and pleasure and happiness and satisfaction. So many blessings to all of you. And oh, by the way, we're going to be teaching on the 8-8 Lionsgate. We're going to be teaching a retreat in Mount Shasta, California. So look on my website. Well, actually, it's not on my website yet. I'll put it on there soon. But you can check out from my newsletter. If you're not in my newsletter, go ahead and sign up for that on my website at lifeofoneness.com. And I'll be sending out more newsletters and more information about that retreat in Mount Shasta. We're going to be doing sound healing, meditation, channeling, and a hike to like different power spots in Mount Shasta. So definitely look for that. And if you're just logging on to this live video, definitely watch the replay on how to create more of a beautiful, energetic soup for your life. Many blessings. Bye.